Now, chapter 1, how, when and where. This is the introduction of history chapter for us. History, generally we define history as a study of past, a collection of the past events. How did the present day system has occurred? What happened before this system has got in place? How did the system come over? So all these questions are answered in history. But now, as we are introducing the history, we have a chapter named how, when and where. How did the topic come from? When did the topic start and where did this topic begin? Like that story begins for history, any concept you take. First we see how it happened, when it happened, where it happened. Then you get the clarity on what happened exactly there. So now here, how important are dates? We generally associate history with the dates. We generally hear the comments that history is a boring subject because it is associated with dates. History and dates. Most of the historians were fascinated about the dates. Any incident, when you refer about any incident, we need to quote the date because we need to know what happened at that time, when it happened, during whose period it happened. So that is why the dates specification was highly given top priority in the initial years when the historians were writing. But as the time passed on, history is not a boring subject as many of us feel. Yes, history is associated with dates, but it depends on what dates that we take into criteria. And historical questions give notions for us. Like for example, when we travel in a train, when we look at someone who is having a sip of a tea on a roadside stall, do we ever think that when did the railways start? How did the people travel earlier to the discovery of the railways or earlier the starting of the railway network? How did the people travel to long distances? How did the people acquire the habit of having tea? So it's not only with the tea, with the coffee, with the cloth, with the transport system. Any new changes which we see nowadays in the society, we feel that we are habitat of that. We feel that we are born with that. We feel it is a natural gift to us. Do you ever think, how did it happen before the discovery of this? How was the life before the discovery of this? How did people used to do before the discovery of the machinery? That's what the answer you get here is the study of history. The history studies how the present has been formed from the past. If you look at cricket, today in India, the most famous game is cricket. The highly paid people are cricketers than any other country's cricket players. Why is it so? Is it the same in the early 19th century? No. They were not allowed to play cricket in our country. There were teams based on the religious basis. So like this, there was a different scenario 100 years ago. Today, the cricket players are more than superstars in our country. So like this, when we look at the game cricket, you enjoy the cricket. You feel it is natural. But before it has gone through a certain process, so the changes have occurred. So how did the changes occur? What happened after this? So basing on this, we need to understand how it happened in the past, how the changes have got transformed to the present day's existing form, what you are looking at. A tea was not at all known for Indians earlier to the arrival of the Britishers. But today, tea is most common drink of a common man. So from unknown condition to a status of the most common serving drink in the country. How did it reach to that level? How it from England entered into the houses of Indians, where nowadays every house, one or the other drinks a tea. Every road has a tea stall. So all these things give us clarity about what happened in the past and how this has come up. When you look at the dates, when we are talking about the dates are very important with the perspective of the historians. Let us take King Ashoka. King Ashoka was born around 3rd century BC. He got married around 3rd century BC. He killed around 3rd century BC. He defeated the Kalinga kingdom. He attacked them, he defeated them. Then he adopted into the religion of Buddhism. If I say like this, will you get any clarity on that? If I say Akbar was born in 14th century, Akbar got married in 15th century, Akbar was handing over his kingdom, he was succeeded by his son. Then if I say like this in 16th century or 17th century, will you get any clarity on this? So when a king's description is mentioned, they clearly specify the dates. Let us take for example Akbar. Akbar was 11 years old when he became the emperor. He was the ruler from 1556 to 1605 AD. So in 1556, his age was 11 years. After he attained 18 years of age, that is after 7 years, in 1563, he started to rule independently. He got married in 1575. He had children in 1580. So this gives us a date line for us and clarity on what did the king do at the different phases of his life, how that it happened, and along with the study of king's life, king's changes, king's patterns, king attacking the other kingdoms and all, we also get to know about the society. Nowadays you have seen most of the issues are discussed along with the history in a sidetrack. For example, when we are discussing about Akbar, Akbar was a Mughal ruler. Akbar was a follower of the religion Islam, but at that time there was discrimination basing on the Hindus and Muslims. Muslims were treated superior than the Hindus. Hindus have to pay tax when they go to any religious place to their Muslim counterparts. So these all were checked and stopped by Akbar. So at that time, how is the society? Who are dominant in the society? Which group is dominating the society? Which group is considered as inferior in the society? These all points we can understand when we study the history. It's not only the king's point of view or king's development or king conquering many other regions. We also come to know what is there during that time. How was it spreading? How the people reacted for that? How is the society that time? How is the trade relations that time? How are the religions that time? Are there any new religions coming up during that period? All this we come to know when we study about the history.